Okay, welcome back. This is part 4 of lesson 8.5. So now we're going to finish constructing our box plots. In the last video, we took the data from above, we put it in order, and now we can sort of reorder that. We want to see the minimum's 11, and then we have these values 13, 13 in here, 14, 14 in there, 18, 18 in there, and then our top number is 23. So we can see our minimum value is 11. Our median, the one that's in the middle, these are our middle values, and if we average them, it's just 14. And then quartile 1 is the middle of these values, and that middle is 13. So quartile 1 is 13. Quartile 3 is the middle of these last end of the values. Quartile 3 is 18, and then our maximum is 23. So when we construct a line and plot a line above, when we make a what we call a box plot or a whisker plot, what we want to do is we want to show maximums, minimums, and everything in between. So the way this works is this. So here's our number line, 10 through 25. We know that the maximum is 23, which is right here. We're going to put a dot. The minimum is 11, right there. Quartile 1 begins at 13, though. So we go to 13, so 10, 11, 12, 13. And that's where our box is going to start, all the way to quartile 3, which is 18, which is right, let's see, 15, 16, 17, 18. That's where that, so that is our box. And then we put the median in there, which is 14, which is right there. And then connected to these points, we put lines. These lines are called whiskers, okay? So that is called a whisker. So sometimes this is called a whisker plot or a whisker box, okay? And these other lines. So this represents our minimum of 11, our maximum of 23, quartile 1, 13, quartile 2, 18, and our median of 14. And what this box represents, what's inside this box is the box represents 50% of the data, or the IQR, right? That interquartile range. So you wondered the other day, like, why did we bother figuring out that interquartile range? Because it represents at least 50% of our data. The left whisker is 25% of the data, and the right whisker is 25% of the data. Okay, and from left to right, that is our range. Let's make another box plot. So we've got our data here. There it is. I've taken the liberty of putting it in order already, so you can see our minimum and maximum. So our minimum here is at 15. I'm going to put a dot. Our maximum is down here at 28, so 30, 29, 28. Okay. Now we need to determine where middles are. Okay, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So the middle, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, somewhere in here, this is our middle. Okay, that's going to be 20, 25, so that's where our median is. So we're going to put a median there. Okay, so again, that's our median. Our Q1, our quartile 1, is going to be the middle of these values, which is here. So that's going to be the average, which is 16. So we put our other line there. And so we can see there's our box. You can see this whisker is pretty short. Here's quartile 3. The middle of quartile 3 looks to be about between 26 and 28, so that's about 27 really. So we are going to go out to 27, and then we make our other whisker. So we've got our maximum, 28, minimum, 15, 16, 25, and 27. And again, the box represents 50% of our data, and these little bits on the end, those are the other 25% and 25%. Okay? Now we're going to compare two box plots together so you can see how data overlaps. We've got data from the year 2012, the net worth of the 10 richest people in the world in billions of dollars. And then in 2013, I've already put these in order. Okay, so you can see here's 2013, here's 2012. So if we're looking at 2012, the 2012 data, this is our minimum and our maximum. So I'm going to put that on here. So 25.4, it's going to be somewhere down in here, pretty close to 25. Values 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we want to go somewhere in the middle. The middle of that data is somewhere between here, so it's at about 36.5 or so. So that's going to be here. This is going to be our median. And then our quartile 1 is down here at about 26. So that's going to be about there. Make our little whisker. And then quartile 3, somewhere up in here around 44. Okay. And then our maximum, 69, all the way up here. So you can see that really long whisker this time. Okay. So that's the 69. Down here we've got the 25.4. Okay, the median, which is at about 36.75. For the other set of values, the minimum is up here at about 29. The median is at about 38.5. And then our quartile 1 is at about 31. See there, we've got a little whisker. And then quartile 3 is out here at about 50, 57. Up to about there. And then our maximum is at 73. So our whisker goes out there. So you can see 73 is our max. 29 is our minimum. Got a median of about 38.5. We got our quartiles, and so we can see how these two compare. So how do they compare? Well, if I look at them, their medians are pretty close, right? Median of 38.5 to 36.75. The ranges are kind of close because we go from 25.5 to 69 and 29 to 73, so the ranges aren't that far off. But the IQR range for 2013 is much greater than it is for 2012. So that tells us that there's a bigger range of values for these, 10 richest people as far as billionaires. So the wealth is extended over that 1 year period. Okay, and that is how we make a whisker plot.